gamers, and welcome back to the NeueCraft server. My name is DarkJohn, and we are standing here in our arena. Our arena we built last episode for everyone on the server to enjoy. This was an epic build. It was probably the largest thing that I think I've done in one individual sitting, and loving it. I think it's a really nice addition, and it fits well with the rest of the village. I have yet to be able to use it myself and come on here and have a PvP battle, but something still on my to-do list. Just got to catch another NeueCrafter at a time when it makes most sense. Now, it's been a little while since the last episode because I have been moving country once again. I was in Canada, I then went to Grenada, and then back to the UK where I've been for months, and just back in Canada now, and moving country and then moving home. That can take a little time and an awful lot of effort, so we've been busy with life stuff, but finally starting to get a little bit of time back, and we can start playing again on the server and making some episodes. So we've got some plans for today. So I wanted to kick off today doing something that I've been putting off for a little while now. Not so putting off, but I just haven't got around to doing. So down here is my stuff that doesn't go in main storage area. We have like armors and special things like heads and records and other bits and pieces that we just sort of keep down here out of the way. Non-stackables for the most part was the intention of this room. I don't know if you remember my friend Axel. Axel was our neighbour on NeoDude and came across here to the server with Gura and Pexi and a few others from that area on the NeoDude server where we were playing before here on NeueCraft. Yeah, he was on the server at the beginning and eventually drifted off, hasn't played in a little while, but he did return recently to do a bit of a tour, and he gave me something. If you go back through our episodes, you'll see we fought the dragon together as a group, and Axel got the winning kill, and that gave him the egg, and he had it on him since the beginning, the dragon egg, and he had it in his ender chest, and so he gave it to me when he came on last, and I'm going to do something with it, if I can remember where I put it. I put it in one of these chests. Nope. Where did I put it? I think I put it over here. Oh, I looked at it already. Here it is. Haha, the dragon egg. So of course there's only one of these on the server, and we need to do something special with it. And I don't think I'm going to do something inside my base. I think it's something for the server. This needs to sort of be accessible everywhere. So that means we probably should put it at spawn, of course, which is our communal space that belongs a little bit to everyone. And there's stuff going on here that everyone has contributed to. Now, we've got our sort of flower square with my statue here in the middle, and I had thought about maybe putting it here somehow, connected to the statue. But we've also got spawn house up here, so this is where the spawn for the world is, on this spot, and when you spawn in, or break your bed, you'll end up spawning inside here somewhere, is the idea. And the team, led by Harlock, have done an amazing job of making this feel incredible. We've got the maps of the world and French's area over here, and we've got our mailboxes upstairs here, where we can leave stuff for each other. We've got a table. I thought about making a centerpiece on the table, but again, didn't think that was quite right either. Then I remembered, this place has an attic. If we go up here, look at this. There's this whole space up here in Spawn House where I could do something. Like a shrine to the dragon egg. And I want it to kind of be mysterious, and I also want it to be a little bit interactive. So I've got some ideas, and I'm going to start playing around, and we'll see where this goes. So I've got some materials on me, and we're going to do a quick time lapse, which might be a bit tricky in this small inside space, but we'll do the best we can, and we'll create something special for this very special dragon egg. done with our little dragon egg room, and yeah, let's go on up and have a little look, see how it turned out. So I haven't placed the dragon egg just yet, that's still yet to do, but we go up the stairs and it is dark. This is purposely a very dark room, and I've made it incredibly moody. I wanted to make use of the ceiling here. Of course, we've got some Optifine dynamic lighting stuff going on, making it look a little cooler than usual. But you can kind of see here there's this ominous glow. And as we step up, you can't even really see what's going on. But you step onto these pressure plates, some lights come on, and the whole place lights up. And we can't jump up here because I put slabs in place. But what we want to do is place our egg right here. Boom, like that. So from down here, it's kind of going to look like it's floating, is the idea. So you can't see it at all. And then when you do come in and the room lights up, the beacon kicks in, woof, goes straight through the center of the egg, and the whole place is illuminated. I love it. This is the perfect shrine. And it's right at spawn, in the spawn house. And it's like an interactive exhibit for people to come and check it out if they want to. But keep their distance. There's no mining this away. It is there for good, and as long as people stand on here, it'll stay illuminated. I love it. Happy with that. Didn't have to do anything to the external structure to make that work. We've just got slabs in the top and a fence gate, so the beam goes straight through. And everything else is hidden away with the little bit of redstone we just put in behind to light all of this up and control it with a signal from the pressure plates here. A couple of extra little lights here and there, and then we retract a diamond block here from the beacon. Got to use them for something, and that in turn sends this guy off. Thank you, Axel, for returning the dragon egg and giving me an opportunity to do something cool with it. Really appreciate it. I hope you like where it's ended up. Nice little community project complete. So 1.20 is out. It is out at the time of recording. But we haven't updated this server just yet because we use a couple of mods here that we want to make sure we'll wait for until it's time to upgrade. Always takes a couple of weeks, but we'll get there soon. And hopefully next episode we'll have 1.20 up and running, and we can do some specific activities related to that update. But there's some stuff we can do in preparation for that. So there's some other 1.20 activities that we're going to be doing, and some materials that have been around for a while that we can make new use of. Some new blocks that are coming. One of those is bamboo blocks. We're going to get bamboo wood. So I'm going to need to create a space in the storage system here to be able to house that. And how much bamboo do we currently have? I'm not sure we've got an awful lot, to be honest. Not a lot at all, like less than 1.5 stacks. So we need something for the bamboo. We want to be able to have enough of it to build with. We can create the bamboo blocks. I think there's stripped variants, there's the planks, and then there's mosaic planks and slabs and all sorts, and the boats and all the other bamboo things, including signs and bits and bobs. So we're going to need a lot of bamboo, and I want to make a bamboo farm in preparation for this so that we're ready to go and we can start using the materials day one. So we're going to need a farm, and we're going to need to find a place to put it. Bamboo farms are not small, usually. They need to be quite large in order to be efficient, especially to get a large number of materials from them. And I looked around and found a pretty great design by Il Mango that looked really interesting to me in terms of build, and I needed to find somewhere to put it. So I've been doing a little testing in a creative world, got a size and version of it that I'd like to produce ready, and using like Matica I can decide where in my world I want to place it. So I want to put it in the base here, and I think underground is going to be the best place for it. So I've been scoping around a little bit and trying to find a place to put it, because it's going to be big. There's all these red blocks here. This is all solid stone right now for the most part. This represents where I think I'm going to put this, and all of the redstone stuff that needs to exist at the edges. So I've been fiddling with the position of this schematic to try and get it as close to the rest of my base as possible without interfering with anything. So we had things like the tree farm here, we have things like the mud farm up here to avoid, there's the other moss farm here. We've got to make sure we don't intersect the trading hall over here, and of course the rest of the base. And here's the crafter, the mass crafter. Yeah, all sorts of things we want to make sure we didn't intersect with. There's definitely some caves here we're going to have to deal with. A lot of water in those caves as well. Some unnecessary tunnels and things that we don't need anymore. We can get rid of a lot of that and create a space for this farm to squeeze in here. So the very first thing we're going to need to do is make the space for it. So first things first, we need to get our digging pick on. I need to get myself down there somehow, find an obvious starting point, get my tools and my shulkers that I'm going to fill up with all the materials I'm going to remove, and make a nice space. That is a pretty large hole. Look at this thing. It is enormous. And I'm just going to turn on gamma so we can see what's going on. And yeah, all the redstone's going to go down here. And at the opposite end, way over here, boom, fell in. More redstone over here. And yeah, the farm itself is going to be here. So there's a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of materials gathered, ready to go, all over here. So we're going to get going and put ourselves together a pretty amazing bamboo farm. Let's do it! So, the absolutely mega epic bamboo farm is in! Haha! Let's go and have a look, shall we? So, we're in the bowels of our base down here. Let me pop in a free cam right underneath our super smelter storage room. And at the back here is where we have our mud farm and our bone meal farm, our moss farm actually, that one. And in this direction we have our big old tree farm. So, we've put access to this through a new set of stairs right around the back here. And here it is. Oof. Now, I have tested this to make sure it works. There were a few kinks to work out, because it definitely didn't work first time, and I definitely accidentally triggered the flying machine several times and had to rebuild a section of it a few times over before I fully understood what's going on here and how everything in this works. But work it does. We still haven't got quite enough bamboo to completely fill this whole thing. Gray was very kind in helping me dig out some of the hole, and he also just helped me plant some more of this, which is very kind of him, as well as providing the initial shulker of bamboo to get the whole thing seeded. And yeah, this is the return station over here. So let me go back over to the starting end and we'll explain what's going on. So what we have here is a pretty monstrous flying machine. Now, the thing that does the bamboo cutting is right here, made up of the slime blocks, honey blocks, and these iron trapdoors. That is the cutting blade. And behind that, we have a series of flying machines, 6 of them in fact, here, that push that all the way through the entire contraption. And at the same time that happens, there's a double piston extender at the top here that pushes down the cutting blade in front of the flying machine. And at the same time, underneath, we have these dispensers dispensing minecarts with hoppers that go into the rails that push them into the water elevator here. They fly up in the air, and those in turn land on these trapdoors on the cutting blade, and those collect all of the drops as the farm pushes through the entire bamboo field. Then it pushes all the way through the entire farm, breaking everything along the way until it reaches the other side, which is a mirror image, basically. So there's some pistons that stop. These observers will trigger the flying machine after the next phase. So this double piston extender picks up the cutting blade, lifts it up into the air. The redstone triggers the trapdoors, which drops the minecarts down here, which puts them into lava, which breaks them, which puts them into these dispensers ready for the return, and all of the bamboo gets washed into this water stream across the back and flows all the way to the collection point at the end. And then the flying machine will continue on through the rest of the machine. Everything else here is to do with timings and just getting the signal around. There's a bunch of clocks involved to get everything timed just so. And yeah, these obsidian blocks stop the flying machine ready for its return after the cutting blade has been lifted up, and the whole thing repeats. In addition to all that, I've put in a new storage system in here for this. So I've tried... I need to change the orientation of that hopper. I'll do that before we test. I've tried going for 4 shulker loaders. Hopefully that's enough. I haven't tried to see if we end up getting any of this bamboo despawning as a result, because a lot of it comes through. And we've got 4 shulker loaders here with a little water circuit to keep the stuff continuing to flow over all of the hoppers. And that in turn pumps all of the items. Once the shulkers break, they go into this dispenser. I need to put the water back in there as well. Good thing I'm doing this. I'm finding a few little things I need to fix. Puts it into the water stream, and the water stream goes all the way over here, up to this water column, and that water column goes all the way up here, and into here, and across here, and straight into bulk storage as a completely filled shulker. So it comes in just at the same hopper level where loose items going into shulkers get broken. And it will go into a chest here. This will be our bamboo chest. It was sugarcane previously. You can't see the labels here because we're too far away. And yeah, there's a shulker loader on both sides. And the same thing happens over the other side. And this additional water stream connects into this one. And that essentially comes all the way along here from this shulker loader over here, and yeah, this dropper right there. So these will all break, go into there, get flushed all the way through this water stream, and join the others over here and go straight into bulk storage as well. Pretty cool. So using this, we should get shulkers and shulkers and shulkers of bamboo. Alright, the rest of the bamboo is planted and ready to test, I think. One other thing I had to do in here as part of the build that wasn't in the time-lapse is replace the lighting. I tried just sort of putting lamps at set intervals, but I forgot bamboo requires a light level of at least 9 to grow. I tried a pattern to save me some lamps, but ultimately it's 10 here and the lamps are just there. So yeah, I just ended up coating the entire ceiling in frog lamps just to be sure, and it seems to be working. Now this is all growing up, a couple of bits still on their way, but that's fine. We should get an accurate measure of what this thing can do. Okay, now I'm going to flick the switch, it's going to do its thing, and I'll try to explain what's happening as it is going. It's going to be a little bit noisy, but I'll turn the volume down for you guys in post. So all we do is flick this, so the light being on means the farm is off, and there's also a return switch on the other side, which is still currently off. So we're going to flick this, that's going to set everything in motion, and we'll see this flying machine get lowered, and then the cutter tool getting lowered, and the flying machine getting pushed into it, and the minecarts jumping on top. So here we go. That was very anticlimactic. Oh, I know what's happened. I may have accidentally triggered the machine off camera and harvested a whole load of bamboo, but we're going to try and do it again now on camera. There seems to be a little thing with the hopper clock down here. Oh, it's off. We missed it. I'll catch it the other side. It's definitely easier to do there. We're going to get some visual glitchiness because this is a server. These blocks aren't actually here. But let's follow it on down. The flying machine is pushing the cutting blade all the way along. Let's turn on hitboxes. It isn't 100% efficient. Some things do get missed, but almost nothing. Look at how few things there are on the ground versus how many items we're going to be getting out of this. So it's getting cut. The hopper minecarts are picking the majority of the things up, except for the few that bounce over the top. No problem at all. And then it continues to go all the way to the end, and let's get in a good view for what's going to be happening over here. So as it comes in, we're going to see the flying machine pause. This is going to get lifted up. There we go, the minecarts are going to get dropped out. They all burn. The flying machine gets stored underneath and stops, and then all of the drops come along the back here and go into our shulker loader. Now, because I just accidentally triggered this, I have learned that, unfortunately, we still do get items despawning. We don't have enough shulker loaders, we don't have enough hoppers here to pick up the sheer quantity of bamboo that goes through here, so this will all eventually despawn. That's fine. I can either just accept that, because we're getting so much of it anyway, or I can add more shulker loaders here and extend this system to make it a little bit more lossless. Right, I believe this is ready to send back on its way, I think. So if you flick this switch, right, hopefully we should see this in action. Here we go. Flying machine gets, the cutter gets pushed down, the flying machine gets pushed along, the minecarts get pushed up in the air, caught by this thing, and off it goes, and all the items are going to get collected again, going back the other way, until we get all the way to the other side. The other thing I'm going to have to make sure I do while this is running is keep it loaded, because of course if anything comes unloaded, good things do not happen. So let's make sure this switch is flicked. Wonderful. And the bamboo should come flying in down here, getting picked up by this shulker loader. Oh, it happened. There we go. Wow. There it goes. Up and whoop, up into storage. That happens really fast. Wow. Okay. Good. Let's head on up to storage and have a look at things on the other side. Okay, so up here in bulk storage, yeah, here we go. Here's our bamboo, and ooh, look at that, we've run this thing twice. So we're super well stocked, just got to run it a couple more times, get a couple of double chests worth of shulkers of bamboo, and we're all sorted for 1.20 and the new blocks that are coming with bamboo. So I left myself AFK at the farm here. I've been standing right in the middle to try and keep it equally loaded on either side, and I actually forgot to log off and the server restarted. Thankfully the flying machine was already at one end, so I just returned it back over here. Everything looks good, and yeah, we can go and see how much of the bamboo we've collected in, I don't know how many hours I left it running, probably about 3 hours I would say by the time the server restarted. So if we head up to bulk storage, just in here, let's have a look-see, see how much bamboo we got. Nice. 1 double chest, 2 double chests, 3 double chests, 3.5 double chests of shulkers of bamboo. Crikey, that's quite a lot. Definitely feeling well prepared for being able to do stuff with bamboo blocks for 1.20 now. Alright, well I think I'm going to leave that one here for today. We're definitely going to do something with the bamboo blocks next time. I was thinking about doing a bamboo block shop for everyone else to come and buy other things. Now I've got such a inexhaustible supply and can restock extremely quickly. So maybe we'll do that next time. will definitely be on 1.20 when we do our next episode. I'm going to start upgrading the server immediately after recording this, and I've got all of these materials from the builds today to start putting away, so we're going to tidy all that up as well. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please do give us a like, and if you'd like to see what we get up to in 1.20 and beyond, then please subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. Take care for now. Bye bye.